After my fiancé left me for his assistant and my mom fell ill, I lost everything, until life forced me to fight back. I've never believed in revenge. Not the burning, dramatic, movie-style type anyway. I always thought life had a way of balancing things out, that if I just stayed kind and good, the universe would look after me. That belief shattered when I lost everything. I'm Mira, well 31 now, but this story started when I was 28, engaged, stable, hopeful. Back then, I had everything that would make anyone believe life was working out. I had a good job as a marketing lead at a growing company, a mother who was my rock, and a fiancé I'd loved since college, Aaron. Aaron and I had been together since our junior year. He was always ambitious, determined, maybe a little too focused on success, but I admired it. I thought it balanced out my calm, nurturing energy. We were opposites, but I figured that's what made us work. The wedding was set for October, a modest garden ceremony with close family and friends. My mom and I had planned every detail together. She was so proud, her only daughter getting married. She'd been battling heart issues for years, but she pushed herself, smiling through fatigue as she helped pick out linens, flowers, even the song I'd Walk Down the Aisle to. Then, in July, 2 months before the wedding, Aaron called me into his apartment for a serious talk. I should have known. His voice on the phone was distant, colder than usual. I remember how it felt walking into his place. Everything so neatly arranged, like he had prepared it for something final. He didn't even let me sit before he said it. I can't marry you. That was it. No lead up, no softness. Just like ripping a bandage off with skin still attached. What? I laughed, thinking it was some twisted joke. What are you talking about? I've been seeing someone, he said. Emily, my assistant. I couldn't breathe. Emily was this quiet, sweet-looking girl in her mid-20s, new to the company, always respectful to me. I had even given her advice on how to navigate office politics. Apparently, she had navigated something else, too. He went on about how he hadn't planned this, that things just happened, that he was confused. I wasn't even angry at first. I was just numb. This was the man I had loved through his broke years, through his graduate school stress, through job rejections. I had celebrated his wins like they were mine, and he just threw me away like I was a placeholder. But the worst part? The way he looked at me like he'd already moved on, like I was just another checkmark he'd erased off his list. I walked out of there with nothing but my dignity barely intact. My mom cried with me that night, her weak arms around me as I sobbed on her lap like a child. I should have taken time to heal. I should have let myself rest. But life doesn't pause just because your heart breaks. A few weeks later, my mom collapsed while gardening. She was rushed to the hospital, congestive heart failure, the stress of the wedding preparations, Aaron's betrayal, the emotional strain, it had all taken a toll on her already fragile heart. Her medical bills began piling up. My savings had gone into the wedding. Refunds only covered part of what I paid. I had to sell my car. I started taking freelance jobs on top of my full-time job. I barely slept. Every day was a blur of hospital visits, bills, deadlines, and trying to not fall apart. To make matters worse, work became hell. Emily, the assistant-turned-homewrecker, had now replaced me in more ways than one. She started climbing the ranks, and within months she was promoted. I couldn't prove it, but I knew Aaron had a hand in it. And soon, rumors about me began swirling in the office, false ones. That I was unstable, that I couldn't handle pressure, that I'd been the one who cheated. My manager pulled me into a meeting and gently suggested I take a personal break from my mental health. It was corporate speak for please leave quietly. So I left. Fired without a clear reason, burdened by debt, with a sick mother, a shattered heart, and nowhere else to go. We moved into a smaller apartment. I sold my jewelry, took up remote gig work, writing ad copy, transcribing videos, even tutoring kids online. Every cent went into my mom's medications and rent. I didn't even have time to be bitter. I was just surviving. But somewhere deep inside me, a small fire started to grow. I didn't fan it. Not at first. But every time I saw Aaron and Emily post pictures on LinkedIn about their team leadership, every time I saw them smiling at charity galas, pretending to be this power couple, something inside me twisted. They had built their happiness from the ruins of my life. So I decided I wasn't going to disappear quietly. If life was going to crush me, I'd at least leave claw marks on the walls on my way down. I started planning, not revenge, not really. Just a comeback. But quietly, carefully. I used my marketing background and built an anonymous online brand. At first, just content marketing for small brands. I poured my nights into it, reading, testing strategies, networking under a fake name. I helped small businesses grow, and word spread. Soon, I was making enough to stabilize. then enough to breathe. Then came the break. A small sustainable beauty brand I helped went viral. They credited the whisper consultant, the anonymous name I used. Suddenly, everyone wanted to know who I was. I stayed hidden. Let the mystery work for me. It gave me control, leverage, safety. By year 2, I had hired a small team. All remote, mostly women who had been pushed out of corporate spaces like I had. I taught them everything I knew. We built something honest, real. Then, as fate would have it, Aaron's company launched a rebranding campaign. Guess who they contacted for consulting? They had no idea it was me. My team managed all calls. I stayed in the background. I listened to recordings of Aaron talking strategy, watched Emily smile through Zoom calls. They were struggling. Public backlash, poor PR moves, declining customer trust. It was poetic. I sent them a proposal through a dummy agency, overpriced, vague, intentionally flawed. They accepted, paid thousands for advice that led them into even more backlash. It wasn't illegal, just bad consulting. Happens every day. When they finally realized the strategies had backfired, their shares plummeted. Emily was demoted. Aaron's leadership was questioned by the board. He stepped down voluntarily. And me? I stayed quiet. Because I'd already won. Not in a flashy movie way. Not with explosions or dramatic confrontations. But slowly, steadily, on my terms. My mom eventually stabilized. She needs care, but she's still here. She knows what happened. She cried when I told her. Not because of the revenge. She never cared about that. But because I found myself again. I bought us a house. Nothing big, but warm. With a garden. The same kind she loved before everything collapsed. Sometimes when I look back at that girl, heartbroken, jobless, broken, I wish I could hold her. Tell her not to give up. That the pain wouldn't kill her, even when it felt like it might. That healing doesn't look like revenge. It looks like peace. Aaron tried contacting me once. Just a simple hope you're well message on LinkedIn. I left him on read. Because I am well. Better than I've ever been. And I didn't need to destroy him to get here. I just had to stop trying to fix people who never saw my worth, and start building something that did. Me, my life, on my terms, slowly, painfully, beautifully.
If you made it this far, consider subscribing and leaving a like. Comment your favorite part and stick around for more.